This afternoon on the marketplace, the National Insurance Commission urged to establish special purpose vehicle to protect indigenous companies that fail to meet new minimum capital requirement. Stay for details. Meanwhile, insurance brokers appeal to government to reconsider passage of compulsory group life insurance policy. We'll hear from newly sworn-in president of IBAJ ahead of the association's educational conference in March. Plus, the National Chocolate Week will take you to the Cocoa City as the celebration attracts many Ghanaians to various cocoa products in Accra. We have all these stories and more coming up shortly. To stay with us. To our first story, the National Insurance Commission has been urged to create a special purpose vehicle to protect indigenous companies from going down as a result of failure to meet the new minimum capital requirement. Even though the deadline for meeting the new level is long overdue, reliable sources reveal that some indigenous insurance companies were not able to raise the stated capital, hence the probability of them ceasing operations. But speaking at the investiture of the new governing council of the Ghana Insurance Association, Executive Chairman of Glyco Group, Dr. Kwame Achamponche, made an appeal to the NIC to absorb struggling companies to protect policyholders.
The winding up of some of the affected insurance companies could create a highly negative public perception, and this could adversely affect the business of the industry. On the other hand, if the affected indigenous companies are acquired by foreign companies, we could have a case of the Ghanaian insurance landscape being dominated by foreign companies, with the attendant consequences of capital flight and profit repatriation, which could seriously affect the Ghana economy. I therefore wish to appeal to you, Mr. Dr. Commissioner, to, instead of giving ultimatum to companies affected by the minimum capital requirement to recapitalize or have their licenses revoked, collaborate with GIA to lobby government to establish a special purpose investment vehicle to support indigenous insurance companies to recapitalize and remain in business, just as was done for some of the indigenous banks a few years ago.
Meanwhile, the newly elected president of the Ghana Insurance Association, Seth Aklasi, says his outfit is poised to suspend members engaged in unethical practices such as premium undercutting.
The new GIA constitution, we actually have the right to suspend members. Self-regulation have been tried by the previous board. I actually said that I was going to make sure that I take it up to a different level where there would be sanctions and there would be issues with people who basically will not follow the things that we want to do, especially with respect to minimum premiums. One of the things that I think is going to help this new board is that IFRS 17 actually makes it imperative that everybody who is in business, the nature of that accounting standard and how we're going to report our results now will make sure that you need to be writing and charging adequate premiums. Otherwise, in a very short time, you would go out of business. Part of those awareness creation is that we need to educate the people that it's not only on prices. They should be worried that the people who take the least prices are not creating a healthy pool and they are at danger of losing their minimum capital and going under.
And Seth Aklasi is the newly elected president of the Ghana Insurance Association. Meanwhile, Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana is making a strong case for government to reconsider the passage of compulsory group life insurance policies. Now, this policy, which was excluded from the new insurance bill prior to its passage, sought to mandate employers to take insurance cover for the employees, a move expected to cushion employees in the likelihood of unpredictable circumstances at the workplace. The newly sworn-in president of IBAJ, Shaibu Ali, joins us via Zoom with more on this. Why is the insurance industry bent on getting the compulsory group life insurance policy reconsidered?
Thank you very much for your time, and thank you. Good afternoon to your listeners and your viewers. So far as the industry is concerned, the group life has some very good qualities that would protect the Ghanaian worker. The plan is this simple. If a company employs a certain number of people, who are looking at around 15 people or 20 people, the group life cover should be compulsory for that company. Now, this will protect the workers of the company in terms of natural death, accidental death, and all the things that are likely to happen. For now, what we have, most of the companies don't do any group life policy, and even the normal GPA, they just make available money so that if their staff are injured, they can compensate them. So we're trying to crystallize this by having a compulsory insurance that would enable that when people die whilst working, their family would not suffer in terms of education of the family, how the family would keep up following their death and all that. So these are the reasons that pushed us to ask for the group life cover. Unfortunately, the group life cover featured prominently in the bill. Then when the bill was finally passed into an act, it disappeared from it. To the extent that if you looked at the schedule of the act, there were remnants of it referring to it as though it was still in. So for us as an industry, we lost a wonderful opportunity to have done that. If you go to Nigeria, they have been practicing this for almost 2 decades now. And the benefits are both ways. The workers have a very good cover, a very comprehensive cover, and the insurance industry to get the business to
So therefore, do you intend as an industry to resubmit the bill for a second relook?
Yes, as an industry, that is the angle we are looking at, and we are going to push strongly at that. We are going to start the talking to the right people to see how we should go about it, but we are indicating that we are all for a second look at this and possibly get the bill back get it back into the bill.
Great. You're also raising concerns about some challenges faced from local government authorities and even other regulatory institutions. Help us appreciate the burden of argument here.
So in simple terms, the VAT was an issue from the Ghana Revenue Authority. Fortunately, that has been sorted out in the last couple of weeks, so we leave that out. But you look at the metropolitan district assemblies, and then if you are a broking firm, depending upon where you are located, you get to pay a higher or a lower operating license fee. So for example, you can be a very small broking firm, but because you are located within a municipal jurisdiction, you'll be paying a higher operating fee than a bigger broking firm located in a district. We think that this lacks equity, and then this should be sorted out. Beyond this,
great. Let's end. With this particular initiative, the annual educational conference. Tell us about it.
So we are going for our annual educational conference, which we've been doing for some time now, and we take the insurance industry around the country. This year, we are going to discuss the impact of increased regulatory requirements on the industry, and coming from the backdrop of an increased capitalization, where insurance companies have raised capital up to 50 million, the regulator is going to be following us with a very big stick to ensure that people do the right things. And so we are going to look at how this is going to impact on our operations as an industry. Already, we think that we are over-regulated. We spend all our time at meetings at the regulator's office and all that. Now, new sets of issues are going to come up in terms of regulation. So these are the things we are going to discuss internally.
All right, but help us understand when and where this particular program will happen.
So we are going to Tamale from the 16th to the 19th of March. And we are going with about 250 industry practitioners, and we'll be there for all the period and come back afterwards.
Great. Shaibu Ali, grateful that I could join us. He's a newly sworn president of the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana. Well, it's been a week of love, and if you've noticed, chocolates have really made the celebration of Valentine a memorable one. Through its aggressive reform to get many more Ghanaians to consume chocolates and other cocoa products, Cocoa Board marked the National Chocolate Day, committing the entire week to promoting and whipping up Ghana's appetite for a commodity which remains Ghana's largest export earner. I was at the Cocoa City and brought us sights and sounds from the event.
Chocolate bar for the young and the old, rich and the poor. Come hear my story. 1878, trapping man, 1 year of glory. Ghana cocoa, premium in the world. Ghana chocolate, widely sought after. By all, I mean no, by all. So we say, Katabashi, Ghana, Ontaboshi. So you see, go feed and go for so and play and then. On the chocolate, you know that one. Chocolate, you know that one too. They pen that chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate, hot chocolate. Nothing says I love you more than chocolate.
Now some food, now my main China, matter again. That's what. Tonight is this what?
This is a hasty chocolate, Ghana chocolate. And so we say, buy for yourself and buy some for your bait. Make everyday chocolate. Buy for yourself and buy some for your baby. Ghana chocolate. Make everyday chocolate. Yeah, for strength and vitality.
I'm going to taste it. I like chocolate anyway.
You like Ghana chocolate as well?
Yes.
So what did you get to buy today?
Oh, from there.
All right. Yeah, what did you buy when you came?
The one that is good for health.
Okay. So why do you like chocolate?
I just like the chocolate because it's something that is nutritious and it's healthy. So that is what I like.
Thank you very much.
Ghana chocolate. Nothing says I love you more than chocolate. Tasty chocolate. Ghana chocolate.
Each and every day we are making progress. It's more than we make, previous days. Yes, so it's absolutely fun. Yeah, those are really, really, really cool.
Whenever you get your clients, the customers come over here, they are very concerned about quality. They are very concerned about the quality of the products.
Exactly.
How is this informing you as a cocoa, processing company?
Since we also have our clients and our customers, our consumers in mind, we are also making sure that each and every time we are putting them first, making sure we are providing them the best services and the best of Ghanaian chocolates. Yes.
How is consumption picking up in Ghana at the moment? Because people are concerned about the fact that we don't eat our own cocoa.
But yes, when you are outside chocolates, you might think, no, it's not making it. But seriously, we are really, I can see years back it was really low. But now, we are picking up. We are beginning to patronize it. Since the patronization, has been the advertisation of let's eat cocoa, let's take consume Ghana. It's been amazing. It's picking up, and then we will say, we are hoping for a better pick up, and then at the end of the day, we all have a place where we get to enjoy really Ghana cocoa. Exactly.
As I see, it's been a very busy day for you, trying to explain to the guys what it entails your products and the need for them to buy. How has the messaging been like so far? How successful have we been convincing them to take chocolate products?
So far, it has not been easy. That's what I would say for now. Explaining to them is quite difficult because some don't understand we saying we can use raw cocoa for our health. some don't understand. So you find it a bit difficult to do all that. But I try my best to make them understand that with our product, I'm from Golden Product, with our product, we have two types of our products. We have the unsweetened one, the natural unsweetened one, and we have the instant chocolate drink too. That one, there's sugar and milk inside already, but there's no malt inside this one. So I try my best to explain to them.
You've been in this business, I believe, for quite a while now. How has consumption of cocoa been in Ghana so far? Is it getting worse?
Not that. I won't say it's getting worse. I can see there's improvement rather. I think for now, so far, for some couple of years now, I can see there's improvement. Yeah.
What message do you have out there for government, especially when it comes to attracting Ghanaians to buy cocoa products?
But I will, the only advice I will have for the government right now that they should invest more in our Ghana cocoa than the foreign one.
Whipping up cocoa consumption there. Well, on Wednesdays and Fridays, the marketplace will bring you information about trends and innovations that entrepreneurs are adapting and coming up with. It matters, especially when a 2021 UN report shows that $3 billion worth of transactions in financial technology took place in Africa alone amid the pandemic. Today we bring you the top digital trend of 2022 as we look at how entrepreneurs can maximize that. Henry Kobler majors in tech solutions, and he's the founder of iSoft Africa and joins us now on this particular one. Henry, great to have you on this particular segment. List for us the various trends that we're talking about that SMEs, entrepreneurs must, really take a look at this year round.
So I think that 2022 is quite giving us a good portrayal. We have a lot of social trends that are going to come in place already coming through. And so I think that first of all, I could look at show audio. It's one of the amazing trends that a lot of people are joining in. I think that it started way around the COVID period where we had Clubhouse coming, and you had realized that there's an implementation of it all across the other platforms like Facebook and Twitter, where there's Twitter Spaces. Facebook is implementing audios. So that is sort of catched up a lot with the trend in terms of social media. I think the second one, which is very important to a lot of marketers and a lot of small budding enterprise businesses in Ghana, is the social shopping, right? Where there's been quite a good people trying to use Instagram and Facebook to be doing quite a number of sales and shopping. If you looked at the platforms carefully, you realize that there's been that level where there's market integrated into these platforms. So when you go to Facebook, there's marketplace. When you go to Instagram, there's marketplace that is already integrated there. And so that helps in terms of shopping. I think that one of the most important ones, which I'm going to look at, which is already booming up in Asia, is the live shopping, where you're having quite a lot of people go live speaking about their products, and that really happens on Snapchat a lot for a lot of Africans and Ghanaians. But I think that it will actually be catching up across on Instagram. Where
and how does the live shopping work?
So people basically would have this live news systems in front of them. They would have the cameras in front of them. They would sell. So they just pick up a phone and talk about the phone. So if it's a particular brand of a phone, they talk about the features. They talk about how better off it is, their personal opinions and expressions around the product, and then they get to engage the community whilst they're chatting with them. And so that sort of gives them that leverage, and then they can send them links where they could purchase the product. So whilst they are on live, say on Instagram, or they're live on Facebook, they're also having people purchase the product or place their orders directly through links or directly through websites they can recommend for that. And so by the time they're done with most of their conversations or live conversations on the social media platforms, they've had some level of orders coming. And that's the next trend, which I'm actually envisioning that quite a lot of people will be jumping on and making use of in terms of their small and medium scale businesses in Ghana especially. The next one I'm looking at is the battle of content. I mean, I think that there's been this point where everybody's sort of creating content, especially using these audio fields and video fields online. I just realized that Twitter has actually opened up its tweet payment for Africa as well. wherein people that create content, they host spaces, could definitely be able to get tips whilst they create those spaces. On audios like Clubhouse, they could also just be getting tips in terms of cryptocurrency payments, low money. I mean, I've seen Flutterwave there, which means that Ghanaians could receive money and be paid through their mobile money on Twitter when they're able to create spaces or create content there. And so there's that battle for people to create content to be able to also get rewarded or paid. That it's one of those amazing trends I'm looking forward to a lot of people jumping on in 2022.
Indeed, but even if we could also, put on the screen the various pointers that you raised regarding the trend so that our viewers can really appreciate what we're talking about. You've also talked about TikToking and other creative content that SMEs and entrepreneurs must embrace this time around. Walk us through some of them. I could see Instagram videos, TikTok, the metaverse, AR.
So the TikTok videos, I would call it the portrait videos, because that suffices for both Instagram videos and then TikTok videos. It's been quite an amazing feel to that where people to create a lot of TikTok. There's one lady that I follow in Ghana, and she has over 2 million followers on TikTok videos alone, and that's huge because they carry these TikTok videos and Instagram videos into the point where they get to partner with a lot of brands. And so if you had looked carefully at what's happening, there's been a lot of people that are getting into the partnership deal. As when you look at your Instagram shopping point, they mention that in partnership with a particular brand, where the particular brand needs to have all the insights of their engagements that they are having. And so they don't necessarily always have to take screenshots to tell a particular brand that's based on a video which they are placed on Instagram or they're placed on TikTok. It's making this number of viewership, so it's getting this number of engagements. And so brands can access direct information, engagement information from from their dashboard directly when they partner with content people, right from TikTok videos and Instagram videos. And that's one of the most amazing things that's really going to happen for the industry, because again, most marketers are looking at that instance where they could have direct engagement numbers to look at and connect to sales. So it wouldn't just definitely be about the just the engagement on the social media platforms, but you're also looking at how it converts to sales. In terms of metaverse, I mean, it was just introduced by Facebook. We've seen the brand Meta on almost every product from the Facebook. It's quite new for quite a number of people, but I think that people in Asia and in Europe, it's basically a new point for them. I mean, artificial intelligence glasses, virtual headsets and all that will start being a very norm of the day, because I think that people are so used to the screens, right? Their phone screens, and so people really want to get into some level of virtuality where they get to practice things. I mean, I would love to be in a Zoom space of all the people in the Zoom call directly from a headset.
And especially we're going to be having
rather than it just being.
Great. Henry, we're going to be having more of this on Friday, especially when we're also looking at the top Ghanaian, startups that have gained the most funding in the year 2021. But we're grateful that you could join us with your thoughts on tech business. Before we leave, expect a boisterous start of the Forex market this year, as world events, including the Ukraine crisis and increasing global crude oil prices, plummet major currencies. The founder of the Women in Forex, Sika Anok Gifty, tells Joy Business that much orientation is ongoing with future Forex traders in universities and across the country for sound financial advice on Forex. She spoke at a Forex charity ball in Accra.
It hasn't been that stable because of the long holidays that we had and then stuff like that. But it's picking up. Most of the times it's from February and then to March that the market picks up. But the cryptocurrency guys are really enjoying the market. It's either it's up or it's down. We are doing over 1,000 free classes across the regions. This year we are doing three regions and 3 universities, including a group of national service personnel. Yes. So basically, our idea is to teach and create value and then give back to the society.
We still stay with matters regarding Forex because the Mayor City Council of Belmopan has also stressed the need for girl child education along these lines.
My trip to Ghana has been out of curiosity. I heard that there's a female mayor was put in place, and it took 100+ years before a woman took up that space. For me, I am the first female mayor for the city of Belmopan. My city is a young city, and I'm the first. And because I heard about her as the first, I was very curious, so curiosity has me here. And when it comes to women and leadership, I have a message to females in general. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of curiosity and a lot of effort on a female's part, because it has been an area that has been dominated by males. So for a woman to get involved, my advice would be the female girl has to be educated as much as possible. And most times leadership is inculcated from the home, whereby your mother, your family, your grandmother comes with that type of teaching, and then it becomes embedded in you. When you speak about Africa in Belize, it is not known. I don't know how many of you know where Belize is at, but Belize is located between Mexico and Guatemala, and we're the one English-speaking country. We're separated by a bridge and another bridge, one from Mexico, one from Guatemala.
And that'll be for the marketplace. For more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. My name is Charles Aite. Pleasure coming your way. Let's do same tomorrow. Many thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of our programs.